Did ceremonies bearing lots of people, some of them in this cemetery. It's so beautiful when it's cloudy and misty. And, oh, I just love it. You're standing near a grave, and it says mother on it of Anna B. Allen. And Anna, y'all don't know who she is, do you? She's famous. And her husband really became famous toward the end of the 19th century. He killed a man. And the man he killed just happened to be President of the United States. Wait a minute. How'd she end up here? Oh, Anna was married to a man by the name of Charles Gatteau, Gateau. And Charles, during a political year that y'all are familiar with now, was campaigning for him to be president. And lo and behold, the man became president for a short while, 1881. And in July 1881, this fella, he was a big man. He was about 6'5". For back in them days, a man 6'5" was a giant. And he weighed over 300 pounds. Well, Charles, in his campaign, said, I want to be appointed in your White House. But McKinley said, no, I don't like you. He said, but I'm good. I can do the job. I don't care. I'm not hiring you. Well, during the meantime, he went to a local gun dealer and he bought 2 pearl-handled pistols. Man, they were pretty. I saw them later on. And he carried those 2 pistols with him. And when the president was at a function, he pulled out both pistols and he shot him. Shot him in the back twice. Down he went. Man, that's a big man. He went down, and then some other folks jumped on him and started beating him. They didn't have Secret Service back in those days. They may not have it today either. But bottom line, he was down for the count. Well, he didn't die immediately. It took him a few months to die. In late September, almost October, the man finally succumbed to his wounds. Do you know what they gave him? They operated and got the bullets out, but he wasn't recovering. He was a big man. And they gave him, just like they did in the Civil War, when they had soldiers that were shot or the legs blown off, they gave them opium. They gave them opium of all things. And we had a very drug-addicted society back in those days. I won't even tell you what they gave the women. Laudanum. Y'all ever hear of that?
What?
Laudanum. Laudrum. It's a concoction. Alcohol and opium. What a great feeling. So they gave him that, and on top of it, they tried to bleed the man. So wait a minute. That's an 18th century deal. You made a bled him. Oh yeah, they let some blood out. Well, finally, he died, and they put this Charles Gatteau into the prison, the local jail in Washington, D.C. He got a beating every damn day almost, but that's all right. It didn't hurt him. And so he then went on trial. After the man died, and I got a chance to deal with him, I put him in this casket, and the damn handles broke off. Down he went. Oh. So they put him on trial, and this guy had the nerve to claim that he was crazy. The first one in the history of the country that said, well, I didn't have a good mental state. Ha! I guess he didn't. So lo and behold, that didn't fly, and they prosecuted him. And they said, okay, he's married, isn't he? Yeah. Well, what did she know, and when did she know it? You heard that. So, so you're going to have to testify. Oh, I ain't going to do that. Well, why not? I'm scared. What you scared of? Well, since I've been married to him for a couple of years, you know I was a mail order bride. You were? Well, what's that got to do with anything? Well, he beat me every day. And he sexually abused me every day. Every day? Every day. And he wouldn't let me out the house. I was a recluse. And so I'm afraid if he gets off, he's going to kill me for sure. Well, he already killed one. Well, I don't want to be the next one. So they finally convinced her, and she testified against him. But the whole city of Washington, D.C. turned against her in the district. They hated her. She couldn't go out anywhere anyway. They taunted her. And she said, I got to get the hell up out of here. And so I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to catch the first train going west. And as far as I can go, I'm going to go. And the folks in D.C. said, yeah, you better get us but somebody going to kill you for sure. Oh, I didn't tell you. They took that big man as well. Charles Gateau took him to the Huskars and stretched his neck. Man, he didn't even suffer. They broke his neck right away, and then they took him and marked him in an unmarked grave. I told him I didn't want to do it. No, I don't like him neither. Dead or alive. So, as they told her to get out, so she jumped on the first train going west and ended up at the Chicago, Illinois, and Iowa Central Railroad. Rolled across the state of Iowa. She landed in Council Bluffs. Well, there was no railroad, really, per se. The Transcontinental was still in construction at certain parts of it. She said, I need to go further. So she said, okay, we'll put you on a ferry boat across the river, and you go to that place over there called Omaha. That's the correct Indian name, Omaha. So she got there and she landed in town just east of here right at about 6th and Capitol Street. And she started her life over again. Well, she went on and lied to her next husband about the whole scenario. Never did tell him. And she got married and she had 2 kids. But it turned out all right. But she was haunted by the murder. So when I tell you I come up here when it's raining and it's all types of mist and fog, I've seen her, and you'll see her too. She walks right up on here on the concrete. She's wearing a blue chiffon dress. It's flowing in the wind. And she'll say to you, if you'll listen. Sorry. If you listen, she'll tell you, look out, look out. He'll shoot you like he shot the president. And I tell you what, you don't want to be around him. Look out. She'll whisper to you, and then all of a sudden, she'll go up and touch. Whoa, wait a minute. So we've had several people in recent years that have been touched by her. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anna B. Allen is very real. And she did live all the way up until 1910. Isn't that something? Let's get back on. Let me tell you another one. Oh, she was a very old woman. Very old woman. He was shot at